and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be tier ranking microtropes. So like I said, in today's video, we're going to be tier ranking microtropes. Originally, I was planning on doing another reading vlog where I read romances for a week. But after last week's reading vlog and how kind of tired I was after it, I decided it would probably just be best to go ahead and do something a little less time consuming and just do a quick cute little tier ranking video. And I feel like these had their moment a while ago, but I didn't see anyone rank microtropes. So I thought that would be really fun. This is going to be my first time ever screen recording on my MacBook though. I have been a MacBook girly all of college and as an adult, but I don't ever screen record on it. So we'll see how this goes. But I made one of those little tier ranking graphic things from one of those websites. So I just inputted my little tiers and did the little things to sort. So let's take a peek at that. Here we have our tier ranking. As our top tier, I put Injected into my veins. These are our top tier. These are the best of the best. I want them in every single book. They can't be done wrong. They are just the best microtropes out there, elite level. And then the next tier is Kicking My Feet. So those are the fun ones. Those are the cutesy ones. Those are the ones that we're having a good time. We love to see it. We're having a good time. Our middle tier is I See the Vision. These are those ones that sometimes they hit and sometimes it's girl, what are we doing here? I don't get it. So that is I See the Vision. And then for our second to last tier, I put Background Noise. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's just so inconsequential. It's not breaking anything. And then the very bottom one is Straight to Jail. Those are the ones that are super icky, super yucky. We hate to see it. Not a good time. I had it randomize my little images that I put in. So we'll just go in the order that it randomized them to. I don't think it did that good of a job randomizing because I did them in batches of colors and we can see the first four the green color. So it's they're not really that random, but it works. It works. Okay, so first microtrope, he takes care of her. We love this microtrope. This microtrope should be in every book. It's so good. I always have a good time when he takes care of her. We saw this most recently, I think, in From Lukov with Love. That one has a really, really well done He Takes Care of Her. But my personal favorite He Takes Care of Her is actually from Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Something about when he has to take care of her when she's sick gets me so hard. I absolutely loved when our MMC had to take care of our FMC. Maybe it's because she's a nurse and she's in a very caretaker-esque role. And so for her to give up that and let someone else take care of her, that just hit. It was done so well and Just for the Summer. I absolutely loved it. So our second microtrope is Playboy gets tongue-tied around the FMC. That is one of those ones that when it's done right, it's really good. I love it. I don't read enough books with it though. I think that's my problem is I don't see it enough. So I think I'm going to do this one in Kicking My Feet just because I do have a good time when it's there. It just is not there enough for me. So we'll go with that one. He remembers her coffee order after one time. That's a pretty good one. Another one that doesn't happen that often, but I also feel that one's not a super huge make or break for me. If it's not happening, I'm okay. So I might end up putting that one in Background Noise, even though I really like it. I just don't think it really adds anything to the story besides a cute, sweet little aw. That's really kind of all it is. So if it doesn't happen, I'm A-okay. Next up, we have Specific Banter that only they understand. Again, a trope we love. Absolutely love banter, but especially when it's super specific and nitty gritty. And if it has something to do with maybe they're both in the same field. I feel Ali Hazelwood does this a lot with her characters since they're always STEM characters and women in STEM. And so a lot of times they have those jokes or that banter that literally only people in science will get. And I feel that always makes it so fun and so cool. So I think this one's going to go under Kicking My Feet. Okay, next up we have You're Cold and he's already taking off his jacket. I didn't know how to phrase that one, so it came out a little clunky, but when he notices that she's cold and then immediately goes to offer his jacket, that is elite. I love that one. I feel that one is one again that I don't read a ton of. So it's not really a make or break one, but I wish I read it more. So I think I'm going to be putting it in Kicking My Feet. Next up is holding pinkies instead of hands. This one actually was inspired by my current read. Right now, I'm reading Ride With Me by Simone Saltani. In Ride With Me, we have a marriage of convenience that actually happens while they're at a joint bachelorette party for the FMC's cousin and a childhood friend of the MMC. And so they like get married in Vegas at this bachelorette party and immediately have to go to like their friend slash family member's wedding. So they aren't trying to like overshadow this other couple and they're trying to keep it like on the down low, but like the MMC is already super, super down bad for our FMC and like is trying to comfort her because he knows that she's anxious about this. And that immediately made me realize I need to read this so much more often. It literally is so good. So I think we're gonna put holding pinkies instead of hands as injected into my veins. I feel like it truly is like that level of good. Next up is tracing patterns on her skin while they're talking. I think this one's super cute, but it's also one that like I think can be done poorly. Like I feel like there is a very fine line between like his love language is physical touch and he just wants to be like touching her and he's kind of like weird about it. Maybe that's just me because like I'm not a big physical touch as a love language girl, but like sometimes I'll read it and it'll give me the ick a little bit. So I think it's based on the execution of it. So I'm putting it in I see the vision because when it's done well, it's done great. It's not always done great though. Okay, next up we have she stands between his legs and he just looks up at her. I feel like this one we see a lot in more like mafia type romances where like we're used to seeing the man in a position of power, but he only like ever gives it up for her. And I feel like that's when it hits. So I'm also going to be putting this one in I see the vision because I'm sorry, but like if you're just like a random finance bro and like you just work in an office building, like this doesn't hit the same as if you're like a legit gangster mobster like guy who could like die at any minute. Like I think that ups the ante enough to make it worthwhile. Our next microtrope is he tucks her hair behind her ear mid argument, like specifically mid argument. I feel like this is another one that I don't see as much as I would like to see because I feel like we always see like a random he tucks her hair behind her ears like while she's like talking or while they're like having like a more intimate moment, but like when they're like actively arguing and she's mad at him and he still is over here like let me fix your hair. Like that's so cute. That is so good. So I think for this one, I'm gonna put kicking my feet. I think what we're learning is I actually really like almost all of these. Is like these are the best of the best, the creme de la creme. I just like microtropes. I just think that they're so good. So our next one is their knees touch under the table. I feel like this one's so good. My personal favorite is when it's in like a fantasy novel or like something with like a different setting than just like common everyday things. Like when it's forbidden, like if she's supposed to be like marrying someone else and then they have like a moment where they're like touching under the table, that is peak. So I think I'm going to be putting this one under kicking my feet. So our next one is he wipes something off her lips with his thumb. I feel like this one is another one that I can take it or leave it. I'm not crazy about it, but I also do kind of like when it happens. And it also kind of depends, I guess, like on like the setting. Like if they're, like in a group of people and like that's kind of how they like come out as their relationship and like being like a little bit closer together, or if it's just like the two of them, I think that one hits like a little harder. So I think this one I'm going to put under background noise because it's another one that like I again can take it or leave it. It's not making or breaking a book for me. Okay, next up we have inside joke nicknames. So this one I'm thinking like specifically of kind of like how in Twisted Hate, Josh and Jules kind of are like at each other's throat all the time. And he calls her, what did he used to call her? I can't remember. He used to call her like a really like offensive nickname for redheads. And she like tells him like, hey, I actually really hate that you call me that. And then he switches to Red and starts calling her Red for like the rest of the series. Or like think of how Theo in Reckless by Elsie Silver in the Chestnut Spring series, he calls Winter Tink because she reminds him of Tinkerbell. That's what I'm specifically thinking here, and I think that is elite. Like inject that into my veins. I want a like super funny, super cutesy, like not just generic. Like don't call me babe, don't call me hun, don't call me sugar. Like none of those like weird random one-off ones you can literally throw at anybody. I want something specific, like so niche, so inside jokey, like in my current read, again, gonna bring it up because this is another one that I was like, this is a good one. So in Ride With Me, the like FMC's kind of first thoughts and impressions on our MMC are that he looks like Prince Charming. So she starts calling him Prince Charming. Like that's so good. That is so funny. That is so cute. So yes, injected into my veins. The next one is another one that was hard for me to word, but she fixes his tie and neither of them breathe. Like you know what I'm talking about? When she like goes up to like fix his tie and then they just like hold their breath and like look at each other. Do you know what I'm talking about? That is another one that I feel like is a little more mafia, like coded. Like I don't think it hits in like a regular contemporary romance. I feel like it hits in a romantasy context or like a like darker ish mafia kind of vibe. I think that it really hits like then. I don't have any specific books that this has happened in though. Is like the problem. I know I've read it. Just nothing like sticks in my mind. And because nothing really sticks in my mind, I think I'm going to be putting it in background noise, unfortunately. Even though I do like it, it's not making or breaking a book for me. It's not really like sticking to my brain. Okay, the next one is when he cups the back of her neck to pull her closer. I used to hate this one, if I'm being completely honest. I'm pretty sure that if I would have done this list a year ago, this would have been like straight to jail. But I have recently started to like it. And I can't even explain why. Because again, I can't pinpoint a specific book that has made me like it. I think that I just stopped seeing it as like this weird, like aggressive thing and more of a like affectionate thing. Does that make sense? So I think that this one I'm going to put in I See the Vision because I do still think that it can come off as like a little bit aggressive. Like I don't like the idea of people like touching the back of my neck. That's weird, right? I don't know. I think I'm putting it at I See the Vision because sometimes it's good. Okay. So our next one is she laughs at another guy's joke and he clenches his jaw. I don't have a specific one for this, but I do love when this happens. So I think we're going to go kicking my feet with this one. And kind of like similar vibe is he stands closer when someone flirts with her. This is another one that like I feel like a year ago, a little icky. Just like a little icky. But now I'm like, I think I get it. I think I like this one. So I think I'm going to do I See the Vision again on this one, just because I think it can be done really great. And then other times I'm like, actually, no, never mind. So I See the Vision for that one. The next one is when he calls her mine, which we love. That's a good one. But I also feel like it's not like a make or break thing for me. Like I'm okay if it's not there. So we'll put it in background noise. So next we have when he reads her favorite book. I do go feral for this one. I absolutely love when like especially if she doesn't say anything. Like if he just like realizes that that's a book she likes and he like picks it up and just reads it. Like I know, oh my god, what was that book? I think it's Taste of Torment by Stacy Tremblay, I want to say. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the book and the author's name. I'll put a picture up if I'm like way off base, or even if I'm right, just so you guys have a visual, because I'm a visual girl. But in that one, our FMC knows our MMC when she's really young, but like she's human and he's demon. He's something. He's some mythical creature. And so he goes and reads the Cruel Prince trilogy because like he knows that's absolutely her favorite books. And instead of like getting her like a new pretty like fancy edition or like trying to like gift her like something like monetarily of value, he goes back to her house where she doesn't live anymore because they go to boarding school. He goes back to her house and asks her parents for her old copies of the Cruel Prince and like gifts her like her original copies that she toted around like all of elementary and middle school, like reading. Like they're like the copies that like got her into the books. And I just thought that was so cute, so perfect, so well done. And like that's when he tells her, like, oh yeah, I've been reading these books and like they're great. So I think that is a super, super good one. Super well done. So I will put that one in, injected into my veins. Okay, the next one is he carries her bag without making like a big deal of it. And I love this one, but again, don't read it enough. What have I read this last year? I can't even tell you. Because none of these microtropes, I feel like, make it into anything I want to read. But we're going to put this one in Kicking My Feet just because it's so good. It's so cute. I would absolutely adore if a man did that for me, just like in general in public. Like just carry my purse. It's a tote bag, but you can carry it. Yep. And then the next one is He Kisses Her Temple slash Forehead. That one's cute too. I do like that one. I do really enjoy a good like temple forehead kiss. So I think we're gonna go with Kicking My Feet. Next one is Come Here. I like this one a lot. As someone who does not like following instructions of any kind, I usually would hate this. I think this is one, if it happened in real life, I would be super grossed out. Like in real life, straight to jail. In the book, I'm kicking my feet. I'm kicking my feet. I'm having such a good time. Okay, so next one is She Patches Him Up After a Fight, which after I wrote this one, I realized like I should make it just like spin on like taking care of each other in like a more like physical sense, like less like, oh, they're sick and you just like feed them soup and make sure they don't like die, and more of a like patching them up like thing, because like that's why I put patch him up. But then I was like, well, sometimes it can go like the other way. I mean, like not usually. And then also like sometimes it's not even after a fight. Like I read Lights Out and homegirl literally like stabs him on accident and has to like give him stitches, but I still ate it up. I was still having such a good time. I love when one of them is injured and the other one has to like come in and patch them up and fix them up and heal them. I think that's so fun, especially if like in romantasy books where one of them like has powers, or maybe they both have powers, and like he's injured and so she gives him some of her powers to like heal. Love it. I love that so much. I have such a good time when that happens. So I think for patching him up, we're going to put that in injected into my veins. The next one that I have is I Had Nowhere Else to Go, which I do kind of love. This is another one where I'm like, oh, sometimes it's cringe. Sometimes I kind of hate it, but other times I adore it. I eat it up. Shadows Between Us is by Trisha Levenseller, and that one is a romantasy where our FMC decides that she's going to try to like vie for the prince's hand in marriage to become like the next queen. But like she very obviously like doesn't want to get with him, and he realizes like, oh, you actually don't like me as much as the other girls do, so you're gonna spy on the other girls and see which one of them is actually here for me and which one's not here like for the right reasons. And then they end up falling for each other. And that one is like one of the peak top tier elites of I Had Nowhere Else to Go. It also happens in Nightbane, which I'm not gonna spoil it, but when it happens in Nightbane, next level. Like I was beside myself. I was obsessed. So I Had Nowhere Else to Go is injected straight into my veins. Okay, this one, if I'm being completely honest, I phrased again weird. The next one is He Shows Up Every Time. I feel like that is bare minimum. Like, I feel like if we're already living in a delusional world where I am rooting for a man, he should show up. He should be showing up. Like, that's the bare minimum. So I'm actually gonna put this one in straight to jail just because I feel like he should be doing that. Like, I feel like I kept seeing that on lists for like microtropes, and so that's why I end up putting it there. But it's like that's what he should be doing. Like if this is your girl, you should be showing up for her. So yeah, straight to jail. Like that's bare minimum. Like that's just lazy. The next one is another one I wrote weird. Are we noticing a pattern? But it's when she insults him and he is like impressed with her insult, or like really likes the like slight jab that she throws his way. I love this. This one is so good. It happens in The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy when they're having their cute little like witty banter and fighting. I absolutely love it. I feel like it also can be like not the greatest if like the guy thinks he's like just so much smarter than the girl. That can come across like a little icky way, but it doesn't usually happen. Like usually the guy is like a good guy and knows girls can be smart. But I have definitely seen it be less than stellar. So I think I'm going to put this in I See the Vision. Okay. The next one that we have is when he calls her princess sarcastically at first. And for this one, I feel like I'm specifically talking about Twisted Games. I have not thought about the Twisted series in like 3 years. And then here I am being like, you know what? I actually love the nicknames in those books. Another one where he calls her princess is Rhett is always calling Summer princess in Flawless from Chestnut Springs. And I love that one too. So I feel like for that one, we're gonna inject it straight into my veins. Like I'm eating it up. I'm having such a good time. Like even if she's not literally a princess, I'm still obsessed. And then the next one is kind of a similar thing of when he calls her a nickname, but no one else is allowed to use it. This one's super cute. I do actually really like this, especially if it's like more of an inside jokey type thing. Like I feel like those are always super funny. So I think for this one, I'm just gonna put it in I See the Vision, just because it doesn't hit as hard as our other two like nicknamey microtropes. I think that those hit so much harder than a like exclusive nickname that only he's allowed to say. So next up is she rolls her eyes, but she's smiling. So like when he says something like goofy, offhanded, like not that serious, and she rolls her eyes, but like she's still having a good time. I love that one. So for she rolls her eyes, but she's smiling. I do like that one a lot. That one's super fun. I think that for this one, I am just gonna put it in I See the Vision. Or no, I think I'm actually putting it in background noise. Because even though I do really like it, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like I'm not that like heartbroken. It doesn't need to be in every single book. I think it works really well if like he's kind of like the goofy, like derpy, like golden retriever boy, and she's like black cat energy. Because like getting a smile out of her is already hard enough. So like if she's rolling her eyes but smiling, that's when it's super cute. But like I don't need it. I don't need to be in there. I'm good. So next up we have accidental hand brushes that linger. So I feel like this one really only hits in Pride and Prejudice. That's such a hot take. I feel like people are going to be really mad that that's where I feel like this peaks because I feel like it could be done well. I think I am going to put it in I See the Vision just like I feel like we're all chasing the high of Pride and Prejudice when we do like this microtrope. Like when it happens, we're hoping that it is the next like hand clench thing from like the Pride and Prejudice. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. We're chasing that high, and we always will be, because I feel like I see the vision. I know where we're going, but it's never done that way. It's never done that well. It's just it keeps getting repeated and just not amazing. Okay, they almost kiss, but someone interrupts. As much as I want to say I hate this and would put it in straight to jail, I love a slow burn. I love when they're trying to get together and they just can't. Like I love when it feels like the universe is just a little bit against them and they can't have a kiss. Like I think that is always so like fun and so entertaining. But it's another one where I don't think it's necessary in every book. Like if it happened in every contemporary, I'd be so pissed. But it's like extra funny if it happens in like a contemporary where like it should be so easy for them to be together, but for some reason they make it difficult. And then there's also like an extra element making it more difficult for them. Like it's kind of funny. So I think I'm putting this in background noise just because again, it doesn't need to be in every book. It's fun sometimes. Like when it's good, it's really good. So maybe it should be in See the Vision. But no, no, I don't think it should be in every book. Like I think that I feel like it's always done well is like also the thing. If it's in like a contemporary. I think that might also be a little bit of a hot take, but we'll see. Okay. We're on to like the final like stretch of them. So the first time that he calls her by her first name, I'm kind of obsessed. I love this one. Like if he always calls her a nickname or if he always calls her her last name and then like they have like a serious moment where he has to say her first name, it hits. It's so good. We're going to inject this right into my veins. And then when he saves her contact as something embarrassing, I actually don't love this one. Like oddly enough, I feel like what you have someone saved in your phone as their contact like should just be their name. Like call me crazy, but I think you should put people's names as their contact name. So I don't love this one. I feel like I see it like a handful of times, and I know that Heated Rivalry has kind of a riff on this where they put each other in their phones as like women names. So Shane in Ilya's phone is Jane, and Ilya and Shane's phone is Lily. And like I think that's a little bit funny, but that's also like just them being in the closet. Like I feel like it's not that funny. Like at the root of it all. So I think that when he saves her contact as something like embarrassing, I don't love that. I'm not having a good time. Next up is he listens when she's rambling. I feel like this one can be done super well. I'm gonna put this in. I see the vision. I think like Mariana Zapata does this really well. I'm pretty sure it happens in All Roads Lead Here, where like our like super bubbly female main character is just like yapping on and on and on, and he just like is like listening to her. Like he's just letting her have like her whole spiel, and then she like at the end is like, "Oh my god, I've been rambling for so long. I'm so sorry." But he was okay. He was so happy to listen. Like he is a okay. And I feel like that is done so well when it's done that way. Because if not, then the FMC just like comes off as like a little annoying, like a little obnoxious. I don't want to say that she is annoying, but like it comes off as like she doesn't know how to like have a real conversation. And it's like just a one side thing where she's the star of the show. But I feel like when it's done really well, it's so good. Next up is letters. And this one I'm thinking more along the lines of like just correspondence. Is that's words. Yes. I should have put like they communicate other ways instead of just like physically always being together. I do like when there are like letters or like notes or like I mean I'll even take emails at this point. At this point I will take emails. I'm pretty sure Red, White, and Royal Blue does this to some extent where they're like writing each other like emails and stuff. I believe Katharina Mara, I think it's Forever After All when they're in a marriage of convenience and then they get like divorced because like their marriage of convenience is kind of over and he realizes that he like still wants to be with her and then he writes her, I think it's a long email, it might be a letter, but I'm pretty sure that he starts corresponding with her through other means because like they're not in their marriage of convenience situation anymore. So I think that letters are good. Letters are nice. I think it's extra fun if they don't know that they're like the person the other person's writing to. Like this is done really well in Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. She has a like Twitter account, which I guess now would probably be like X or actually B wouldn't use X, she'd be on Threads. Let's be so for real. So B, our FMC has a Twitter account where she like talks about being like a woman in STEM, and it's kind of like Marie Curie based, and like it's just super fun, super cute. And she goes back and forth with a different like science creator on like that app, that platform, and then they go back and forth and they have this cute little witty banter. And she finds out that it is her like rival from college that she actually hated. And so like that was a way that they were like communicating without knowing they were communicating with each other. That's good. That's really fun. So I think I'm putting this one and kicking my feet. I think that it is not completely elite level, but when it's done, I'm having a good time either way. Like it doesn't have to be there, but I would like to see it a lot more. He kisses her knuckles like she's royalty. I don't love this one. This is another one that I kept seeing on lists, and I was like, I don't see that one like that often. And I'm really glad I don't, actually. I am so glad that I'm not reading books where he kisses her not like especially in like even a romantic setting. Like a contemporary setting, definitely not. A romantic setting, probably not. Like it just feels weird. It feels a little forced, if I'm being honest. So I think I'm putting this one in straight to jail. Okay, so next up we have he's a fan of hers. This one also works for Love on the Brain, where like he like knows of what she's doing because like he doesn't know explicitly that it's B, but he has like an inkling that it probably is her just because of, like following her career and like knowing what she's like been up to. I absolutely adore when they like used to know each other and then they're reconnecting. It's kind of a second chance moment, and he's been following her career like all those years. It's done really well in Raiders of the Lost Heart by Joe Segura. That one is so like next level of like he is a fan of hers. Like he literally sends her out on this expedition because he is so like impressed by her body of work and feels guilty for like something that went down while they were in college together. And he's been following her and he's just so impressed by like everything that she's been doing lately. And I just think that is so next level. I also feel like it hits really well in The Nanny by Lana Ferguson, where like she knows that he likes her stuff. He doesn't know that it's her. So that one is another one where it just hits like extra, extra good. So I think for this one, we're putting it and inject it to my veins. Hello? No! I accidentally put it straight to jail. I feel bad. But no, she's in her rightful spot. She's where she belongs, at the top of the charts. So the next one is when they're looking for the other one and that person's already like looking at them. I feel like this one is a little give or take. I think I'm putting this one in background noise because I like it. I'm not mad when it shows up, but I also don't need it to show up. It's not like mandatory. The next one is mandatory, however. This one is definitely going for injected straight into my veins. I always have such a good time when he wants her to wear his jersey. This happens in basically every like hockey romance ever, like Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer, it happens. In Iced Out, it happens. In, oh God, is it Mile High? Mile High, it happens. Like, I just love when he plays a sport, when he's athletic, and all he wants at the end of the day is his girl wearing his number. Like, I eat it up. I'm having such a good time when that happens. So, that is injected straight into my veins. I'm having such a good time. The next one is when he learns something for her. I think this one can be super cute. It's done really well in The Right Move by Liz Tomforty. In The Right Move by Liz Tomforty, her dad is deaf. And so, like, he makes an effort to learn sign language to communicate with her family. And that's something that her ex had never done. And so, for him to, like, go out of his way and learn that for her, peak. Chef's kiss. Absolutely adored it. I really like it, though. I think I might actually put it in I See the Vision. Yeah. We're putting it in I See the Vision. Because I do think it should be in more books. And I like when it is in books. So that's better than background noise. And then the very last one is when he confronts slash does not like her ex. I love this one. I eat it up. This is another one that I feel like is in a ton of sports romance books. And I don't really know why. Like we see it in, I believe it's The Deal by Elle Kennedy, or no, it is The Deal. Yeah, she's like trying to like fake date Garrett to like impress this other guy, and he like hates that guy. And then I think it's The Score that he also like hates the girl's ex. And then First Down by Grace Riley also has when he does not like her ex. Like I'm just having such a good time when guys hate other guys. I don't know how to explain that one. Maybe that says more about me than it should. But I am gonna put this one in injected into my veins. I love that one. I have such a good time with that one. It's so good. So we're officially out of Microtropes. So we have our official tier ranking for our Microtropes. I like so many more than I thought I was going to like. I genuinely think I'm just a Microtrope girl. Like, as fun as it is to talk about, like, the big overarching tropes, like, Only One Bed is great. I'm having such a good time when they're enemies to lovers or academic rivals to lovers. That one hits. But for some reason, these Microtropes, these like super oddly specific little things, they're what gets me. Like at the end of the day, I only have a couple that I really don't like. And I also tried to like not pick ones that I hate, but I feel like it's really hard to not love Microtropes. Like they're just so like, they're just the little moments. They're the building blocks that make up the romance book in general. So I think that this was super fun, super like interesting. Okay, let me see how long that ended up being because I feel like I've been rambling for a while. Yeah, that was me rambling for like 40 minutes. Cool. We're having so much fun. But thank you so much for listening to me ramble for that long. I'm sure with editing it down, this will be closer to like 30 minutes. But thank you so much for taking a minute to hang out with me. Leave your, oh God, what emoji should we do? Leave, do we have like a tiny emoji? Is there something that's like little? Ooh, since we talked about sports and how so many of these sports romance books, particularly hockey, but a ton of these hockey romance books have a lot of these microtropes, let's do the like hockey stick with the puck emoji. We'll do that one. kind of like oddly specific, but I also think that fits microtropes because microtropes are oddly specific. So I think that we'll go with that emoji, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. So as like our S tier, I have it. Here we have the, I'm trying to like look at you guys and look at this, and that's like a little bit awkward and confusing. Maybe I should put it down here. I don't love this, but I think this might work a little better. So that way I'm not like, okay, there we go. So I have it directly in front of me now. So I'm not, I can like, you see, you're picking up what I'm putting down. I hope. And burping, apparently. Hi, Bixby. Hello. Hello, my boy. In the Chestnut Spring series, and how he calls, what is her name? I know her name. For some reason, I'm thinking Sloan, but I know it's not Sloan. Winter. Oh my God, I'm dumb. I hear my dog playing in the hallway. He's like sprinting everywhere. Okay, so that might be completely wrong, and I'm going to have to completely edit that out. But I'm pretty sure that is the taste, the name of the book, the taste. We're going to put that into Injecting My Veins. That's not words. Like, I can't words. This is why I don't write anything ever, because like words are hard. Reading's already hard enough. Coming up with words to read on my own later, harder. So that one's super well. Like his, no, her dad. My chair just made a noise. But so we're gonna put this one in. I see the vision. No, background noise. We said background noise. No, did we? What did we say? I already forgot what I said. I don't know what's gonna happen if I hit save or download. So let's just hit that and see what happens. This is always the hardest part. Is there a jail emoji? That is not even like funny, but like that's funny, right?